Welcome back to Channel 10 News Archaeologist Edition. Today I'm here with...
Kinsey, professional archaeologist.
So there's been rumors that you have found a new civilization. Are these rumors true?
Yes, they are. We are calling it the Lost Civilization.
Okay, so let's get down to the facts. What are the origins exactly? Where did they come from, and where were they when you found them? Like, where was the village?
When they first started, they were in Asia, and then they traveled over to North America to find a place with many with a forested area and many lakes and ponds, which they did.
So, what was this forest called right now? Do you know?
Right now, it is Beta Park.
What is their food supply?
They mainly hunted and gathered plants, and they hunted fish and any animals that they could.
What was their jobs exactly? What things did they do? What were their professions?
There were warriors, peacemakers, leaders, and if you want to count it as one, a parent.
So, what did the peacemakers do exactly?
I'm pretty sure they delivered peace from any close to war continent or tribes.
So they made allies, basically.
Yes.
What was their government exactly? What form of
They
government
were
did they have?
monarchists. Monarchists? Yeah.
They had monarchy?
Yeah, they had a monarchy. The way that they got these is that they would elect one family which they thought would be most prominent, and then their children took on after that.
Ah, very interesting. What was their religion?
They believed in a lot of gods. They also believed in spirits. But the gods they mainly believed in were the water god, the earth god, the sky god, the plant god, and the animal god.
Do you know any of their names, or do you just know what they were god
We just
of?
knew what they represented.
So, what was their music? Did they do to make music?
They made music out of hollowed out sticks, with holes whittled into them, and logs with animal skins on them.
So, like drums and flutes almost.
Yes.
What was their law?
You could not do anything to displease the gods. You especially could not kill others, and you had to thank the gods for anything you killed.
So, any food you had, you just had to really make sure that you didn't mess it up.
Basically.
What was their writing system? What did they do to write?
They used extremely complicated shapes, and that stood for very complicated letters.
So, they had a very interesting alphabet, huh?
Yes, they seem to be very logical.
What was their architecture? What did they do to build things, and what are some things that you found?
All of the buildings were made of stone. One of the buildings was made in an oval shape with interesting little dents and marks.
What do you think it might have been, like a temple, or?
I think it was a place where they would worship and they wrote praises to the gods.
Did you find anything in that area?
We found many sculptures, which we think are the gods.
So what was their art? What did they do to make art, and how did they, like...
They would take a sharp piece of stone, pierce it into a larger piece of stone, to make in their image what would be the gods, and then they used mud to actually make it into the gods.
So you mud into sculptures and stone and sharper stone to make little carvings. What artifacts did they leave behind exactly?
They left behind sculptures, carvings, weapons, pots, and a few pieces of clothes.
And lastly, I would like to know, how was it destroyed? Do you know?
They left in a hurry, so either they were getting attacked by a very dangerous enemy, or it was a natural disaster.
Thank you very much. Well then, that has been today's episode of Channel 10 News Archaeologist Edition. And don't forget to visit Cadence Coonsey's website, where she has much more information about all of the things that she found, and she has very interesting pictures of it, and has vlogs about more civilizations that she had found. Thank you so much for watching. This is reporter Elizabeth Wells signing out.
What did you
welcome back to welcome back to Channel 10 News, Archaeologist Edition. Today I'm here with
Kenneth Kinsey, professional archaeologist.
So I heard that you found a new civilization. So could you tell us a bit more about it?
Yes, for now we are calling it the Lost Civilization because we are not quite sure of what its actual name was.
So where exactly was it from, like its origin?
They began in Asia, but they traveled all the way to North America in a forested area with many lakes and ponds.
So what is that forest called?
It is now known as Bader Park.
So what was their food supply exactly?
They hunted fish and animals. They also gathered any roots, plants, and vegetables they could.
So you could call them hunters and gatherers?
Yes, that's another classification.
What was their government?
They had one leader, which is also called a monarchy, and that leader would be nominated by the village, and their family led after them.
What types of jobs did they have?
They had hunters, they had warriors, and if you want to count it as on parents, they also had peacemakers.
So what did the peacemakers do exactly? Did they go to the other civilizations to do treaties?
I'm pretty sure they delivered peace treaties, yes.
Okay then. What was their religion?
They worshipped many gods. There was a water god, an earth god, a sky god, a plant god, and the earth god. They also had spirit guardians.
So far it sounds like they're part of kind of like Greeks, but they're also kind of like Native Americans almost. So I wonder if they got all that from different places like that.
I think they did.
Okay then. Did they have any music? And if so, what exactly was it? What was their way to make music?
They made music out of hollowed out sticks with holes in them, whittled into logs. Whoops.
Yeah, I don't like Florida Georgia Line.
They also had logs with animal skins on them.
They wear
And hello, back to Channel 10 News, Archaeologist Edition. Today I'm here with...
Kenneth Kinsey, a professional archaeologist.
So, I heard that you found a new civilization.
Yes, for now we're calling it the Lost Civilization, though.
So, what is the origin from it?
Apparently they came from Asia, but they traveled all the way to North America to a forested area with many lakes and ponds.
Where exactly is that?
It's in Bader Park.
So, what was their food supply?
They mainly hunted for fish and animals. They also tried to get any roots, plants, and animals they could from the wildlife.
Very interesting. So, what exactly were their jobs?
There were hunters, warriors, peacemakers, a leader, and if you want to count it as one, a parent.
So, what is their government exactly?
They had one government.